welcome. I am Carol V. Brown Jones, and welcome to Gigi United by Love. Gigi stands for grandmothers and their girls, and that girl means their daughters, their daughter in laws, granddaughters. We're going to throw in the grandsons as well, and cousins, sisters, nieces, and your good friends too. This is for you. That means all women are welcome here. I focus on the grandmothers because grandmothers are special, right? Most of you agree with me. On this podcast, I will share wisdom from wise women, family groups coming together and getting to know each other better, closing the generation gap. Women and some men with some good business tips for us and things that we need to know about. Thank you for being here, and I hope that you will share this program with your friends and subscribe to the YouTube channel and to this podcast. I'm ready to start. Before we close, I want you to stay with us until the very end of this episode. I'll be bringing you some information on how you can get your copy of the book, Get on Board, The New Underground Railroad. Harriet Tubman's spirit is guiding us to love and actions. You'll hear about it more in the book and my other books as well, as you'll hear Janice speak on what she thinks about the Harriet Tubman way, the inspirational guide to self-love, empowerment, and legendary leadership for girls. All these books are available and you can get your own copy. Perfect time for sharing for holiday gifts, right? But I also want you to stay to hear about one of the organizations that was on my book launch talking about their project and how this is an example of the new Underground Railroad. So stay to the end. Please do subscribe to the link after you watch the video and share it so that the word of love and actions can be spread and we can make this the place we want it to be, heaven on earth. Thank you. Welcome, welcome to GG United by Love. I am Carol V. Brown Jones and so happy to have you here. I have another beautiful guest. I have Janice Kalip with me. And Janice is an ordained minister and the volunteer coordinator at Grace Gospel Service. That's her church. She's also serves as the chaplain for leaders in women's health, which is a court organization in the community that is all about helping women get their mammograms and breast health information. Growing up in a small town in Georgia with a humble background, which meant poverty, she has always been passionate about serving her community and helping those in need. Janice holds several professional degrees in the medical field and a doctorate in theology, with a concentration in biblical counseling. Janice brings both compassion and expertise to her volunteer work. She's dedicated to empowering others, fostering meaningful connections, and supporting the mission of service at her church and beyond. In other words, she strives to be real, relevant, and reliable. I want you to welcome Janice Kalip. Well, hello, Janice. Great to see you today. Thank you
Hello,
for being
Carol.
here. Yes, yes. Well, we've been knowing each other for a long time, but I don't really know you other than being in the community and knowing you're very active and committed to what you're doing. Tell me a little bit about Janice growing up and where you grew up and more about yourself.
Oh, wow. Let me see. Well, to begin, I am a product of the late 50s, And I lived in a small town called Thomasville, Georgia. It's about 35 miles north of Tallahassee, Florida. So I actually grew up in the Jim Crow era in a very, very poor family. But we had each other, though. That was the main thing about it. And there was nobody in the family that went to college. Now, my mother, she did finish high school, which was odd for that day and time. She did. She told herself that she would finish school, and she did. So I've always had this anchoring, a hunkering in my heart for people. And I was surrounded by a lot of impoverished people. I remember my mother, she would send me across the street to borrow $5, $10 from my neighbor. And she said, don't look at the note. So of course, I would look at the note. I was the oldest of eight. I would look at the note and it would be, let me borrow such and such until payday, please. And she would. And so I shared that to say that that right there was the inspiration for my ministry, Mother's Bread, because that $5 or $10 that my mother was asking for just helped my mother to get to her next paycheck. And that's what my ministry is based on. So that just laid dormant in my spirit until 2014. So here we are now. I did go back to college. I was out of high school for a while and I went back to college and I have several degrees in the medical field, including master's in health administration, certified medical assistant. I was also an instructor at one of the local colleges teaching medical assisting. My last job before I retired was at Carol Milgard Breast Center, where I was their biopsy coordinator. And this is where I latched on to the leaders in women's health. And Carol, you're a part of that too, which is really where we advocate for women's health, especially breast health. But we've ventured on over into helping males as well with prostate cancer and things of that nature. Our diet, we have an excellent dietitian called Carol uh, on the team with us. And then through all of that, my life I didn't feel was fulfilling. I was led to go into the ministry. So I went back to school and got not one doctorate, I have two doctorates,
All
uh,
right. That's great.
theology uh, and biblical counseling. The other one is in biblical studies. So I have an opportunity to really use that degree in my volunteering that I do. So, and I was married about 44 years and I'm not anymore. So I'm just doing God's will right now.
That's beautiful, Janice. I love that the connection. I always liked, I don't want people to think about the connection from when they were younger because there's things that that stick with us
It does.
that we don't think about or we don't realize it, but until you come to a point like this and you're
Full
looking
circle.
back, yeah, looking
Yes.
back and say, oh yeah, I always did feel like this. That
Yeah.
really made the difference in my mother's able to take care of her children,
Exactly.
just that little bit of money. And that's a beautiful community
Yes, it is.
um, connection that you held in your heart and are able
And
to
didn't know
see
it.
it now. Right. And didn't know it. That's beautiful. Beautiful. So tell us more about your organization.
Okay, so I attend church. We call it chapel because it's on the base, North Fort Lewis, and they're called chapels instead of churches. And we have what we call a chaplain. But same thing, it's pastor, it's the same thing. They're just in the military. But
Hmm.
we get a chance to operate alongside the chaplains. And I am the volunteer coordinator where I try and connect parishioners to the different auxiliaries in the chapel. We want everybody to get off the sidelines, get in the game, volunteer, because volunteering and serving is at the core of Christianity. And this is what we do, serve one another and your fellow man. So it's not a difficult thing for me to do since I've been serving all my life. So Yeah, and it's very, very rewarding. And then I get a chance to counsel individuals too, which I enjoy doing that. They come to me and ask for some guidance, and it's all biblically based, not what Janice says, it's what God says. So that's it. That is what I do in a nutshell at my chapel, and I've been a member there for 24 years.
Oh, wow, beautiful. So you've probably, I don't know, and some military churches do the ministers get transferred and what's
Yes.
coming in. So you've been there and see several
Several. Oh my
chaplains.
God, several. And then one other thing, Miss Carol, I left out. I also act as the chaplain for the leaders in women's health too, which I
Great.
thoroughly enjoy that too. Yes.
That's beautiful. And your program for helping women is,
Others helping mothers.
yeah,
As I said, it sprang up in 2014. So what it is, it's not a 50c3 one at all. And when I was married, my husband, he did help with this ministry. So what we do is I buy gift cards, and I really don't take any donations. I feel like I'm led to do this. I buy the gift cards, $5, $10. And so what I do is I buy the gift card from either Safeway, Albertsons, Fred Meyer. So if they need to run in there and get a jug of milk, bread, use that card. You just need something to get you to that paycheck. And so this is what the premise is behind it. And if you need some gas, use that $10 to get you some gas. So this is what I do right there. When you were hungry, God said we're supposed to feed them. And so that's what I do. That is exactly what I do.
that's so beautiful and it's so simple.
It's simple. It is because this is what my mother needed. She just needed a couple of bucks to get her to her paycheck. That was it. And
Mm-hmm.
as I said, I didn't know it. I didn't really bring it home until 2014, though. So
Mm-hmm.
I still exercise this. Yes.
Well, you brought that. I mean, you were already doing a lot of work in the community, but this one came back to your
Yes.
heart
Yes.
to put into take some actions. I use
Yeah.
the term love in
In
actions,
action.
and you are putting your love in many different actions as your voluntary work. That's so perfect.
Yes. Yeah.
I
And
just love that. Love that.
one other thing that I didn't mention was I remember it so vividly. I was in the bathroom one morning getting ready to go to work. And I remember the Holy Spirit speaking to me, it's time for you to give back now. And I looked around, what? It's time for you to give back. And this is what he meant. It was time for you to start this ministry here. And so this is how it was birthed right there from my bathroom. I got to thinking about it, and he was supplying thoughts and ideas. And so that's how it began. I give him all the credit. I take no credit at all. Yeah, he already had it figured out for me. Yes.
Oh, sure. Well, I always say we everything we're born to be. It just
You,
has to be
you just have to catch up with
nourished
it.
and come out at the time it was supposed to come out.
That's right.
Right. So
Absolutely.
you're doing what your purpose is. So tell us about the importance of the healthcare information that you share with people at Carol Milgard, which is all about breast cancer support and education and screening. What else is important
Well,
for women to
when I
know?
was working at Carol Milgard, you have to be really careful about your face and, bringing scriptures and all this stuff. But now, if they asked me to pray with them, I would. So I would pray with them sometimes, especially the ones that were getting ready to have a biopsy. But I would not initiate it because there's just some things that you just don't do. You don't cross that line. And so that's the way that I was able to communicate to patients and all. They would have to ask me. And I want you to know that there were quite a few that asked me. Somehow, Carol, I never told them that I prayed for people. They found me.
All
They
right.
they found me, yes. But
It's a
basically,
glow. It's the glow. You can't hide it.
I guess that's what it was then. Yes,
Yeah, the love of God
absolutely.
inside of you just showing off.
Yes. You know
Yeah.
what? I remember this one lady. She came in, and I had to schedule her for a biopsy. And she walked in. She says, She looked around. She says, "Can I say something to you?" I said, "Whatever you like." She says, "I can feel the presence of God in this room." I said, "You can?" She said, "Oh, yes, I can." I said, "Oh, that's the highest praise. I give it all to Him." And I will never forget that, ever,
Right. Right. That's
ever,
beautiful.
because I want to elude a sense of that. I always want to reveal that in my character, whether I say something or not.
Mm-hmm.
In action, I want it to be in action. I want it to be there. I don't have to pretend. I want people to pick up on that. And
Right.
she did. So I'm grateful for that.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it is great and people can feel it. And it's nice when someone makes a comment.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is nice. Tell us, so you selected from the book on Harriet Tubman, The Inspirational Guide to Self-Love,
Hmm.
Empowerment, and Legendary Leadership for Girls, volunteering, because that's a big part of your life.
It
Tell us
is.
about more about how you feel when you volunteer.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to start with yesterday.
Okay.
There's five siblings at my chapel. And on fourth Sunday, they get to volunteer at ushering. The baby girl is 8 years old, and I watched her yesterday. You have to take the microphone to new visitors so that they can speak into it, so that we can hear them. She was just so professional and cute. She had learned that task so well. I could not keep my eyes off that little child. She was happy doing that, and her siblings too. They were
Mm-hmm.
just so wonderful. So train them up when they're young. And
Right.
it's like the words say, they will not depart when they're older. So I just got a kick out of her yesterday. And after chapel, I told her, "Oh, you did a fantastic job today. Keep her inspired so she will continue. Whisper those words of wisdom into her." So, yes, otherwise, the others, some of the adults are not like the children. It takes some more coercing to get them involved in everything. But I do have a big, what do I want to say? I do have a big group of volunteers because I'm also the advisory president, and stuff that doesn't even pertain to me, they'll come to me, and I will try and help them, but I'll tell them, "Hey, I'll do that if you'll volunteer to do this." Sometimes I do stuff like that because we can
Uh-huh.
always use volunteers. We have so many auxiliaries, which is so wonderful though, because it never tires. It really doesn't. We always have events. We're getting ready right now, one every Sunday in October, but it's just so fulfilling. It really is. And the volunteers, they love it too. They really do. Once they get connected, and I try and connect them to what their gifts are, not what I think they should be doing. Okay, what do you like to do? Because it shouldn't feel like it's a chore. It should be something that God has already given you. It's already in you. It just comes out naturally. And so that's what I try and do, match them up like that.
That's great. And I think it's really important for children to get involved with
Yes, it
volunteerism
is.
early so they realize that's part of the responsibility of
It
being
is.
a citizen,
It
of
is.
being
Citizen in the
someone.
kingdom. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Contribute to others using your
Yes.
gifts. And I love the way you said you find things that they are
Already gifted
drawn
with.
to, gifted with, developing their
Exactly.
gifts. And that opportunity just
Exactly.
expands their
It
knowledge.
really does.
Yeah.
Carol, we have one young lady. So she's on my engagement team. There's different teams, but I'm the lead on the engagement team. And when she came in almost a year ago, she was just so shy. Oh my goodness, she was just so shy. She thought she couldn't do anything, but God showed me what was in this young lady. Do you know that this girl gets up now? She talks before people, she speaks, and she is just so wonderful. She really is.
Hmm.
Yes, she is. And I try and nurture her, and you're going to do even bigger and better things. Just watch. Let God use you. That's what I tell them. Just be used. Don't do it on your own. Just let Him tell you. Spirit will
Hmm.
tell you.
Right. That's beautiful.
Yes. Hmm.
How do you recruit young people to volunteer?
Well, every Sunday we have an announcement, and we talk about volunteering every Sunday. And if I'm not doing the announcements, Mr. Caleb is right over there. Go to her if you need to be connected. So we always highlight it like that. We also have a connections table out front with sample questions and any information that you'd like to know more about. There's always someone at that table before and after chapel. You can stop right there. And I also have the packets with me if they want to volunteer. You do have to get a packet, especially if you are going to be around children, though, because you have to be fingerprinted and everything, too. So I have those packets with me all the time. So there's never an excuse. Can I do it next week? We can do it right now. I have it. So,
Ready?
yes,
Huh?
do it right now.
That's
Yes.
great. That's great.
Yes.
So on the Air Force base or
This
on
one's
the
on the Army base.
Army
You know,
base,
it's all connected now,
I
though.
know Air
But
Force is
pretty much
McCoy.
Army, though.
Yeah, Army base. A lot of children come and go too as their
They do.
families change. Do you hear from some of them sometime after they leave?
They come back. Some of them come back. They come back to visit. Some of them come back to resettle. They do.
Okay.
Yes, all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Were you in the military yourself or your husband
No,
was?
no. My ex, he was military, but I
Okay.
traveled everywhere he went, though. Yes,
Where
we were
did you
in
travel?
25 years.
So where places some places you traveled?
We started off in Germany. We did two tours in Germany. Fort Campbell. He was in AIT at in Fort Leonard Wood. I went up there to visit him while he was in, right after basic. And then there was two places he went that I didn't go accompanied with him. He went to Korea, but I went to visit him in Korea. He went to Killeen, Texas, Fort Hood. I went to visit. Where else? And we've been here at Fort Lewis I've been in this area now 26 years. When we got here in 2000, I just decided, nope, I'm not going anyplace else. So I stayed because I was tired of being at the bottom of the totem pole. His career was climbing, but mine wasn't. So
Uh-huh.
I decided, me and the kids, we stayed here. Yep.
All right. You stayed here and made a life for you and your
Yes, we did.
children.
Yes.
Yes, found
Mhm.
yourself, found your way of finding your joy.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
beautiful. That's what I'm all about, teaching, helping women, encourage them to find their joy and looking for what's truly making you happy.
Exactly.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, and you've got two
Two
degrees.
grown adults. Two grown
No,
adults.
okay, but I'm talking about your education in
Hmm.
theology. Why
Yes.
did you go back? What was the first one you did?
The first one was, you know what? Sometimes I get the letters mixed up. The first one I did was Doctor of Biblical Counseling, Doctor of Biblical Studies with a concentration in counseling. That was the first one. I finished that one in 2013. And then here's what happened with that. I did such a great job. I was also, when we graduated, I was the most outstanding. I won the Outstanding Student Award too. And it qualified me for a second doctorate.
Oh,
All I had to do was take 4 classes.
okay.
All that was all I had to do. And so I finished that one in 2015. That one was Doctor of Practical Theology.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
So
what is practical theology?
it's you can apply it to everyday circumstances. But theology, the meaning of theology is how we interact with God and the surroundings in the universe. So that is
Hmm.
theology, but we can use theology in everyday life in our living. So that's what practical theology is.
Right, that's true. We do need to learn how to do that.
Yes.
My new book, I don't know if I'll give you a little information on it, but is Get on Board the New Underground Railroad. And now what I'm looking at is I'm saying Harriet Tubman's spirit is calling us, encouraging us to have more love and actions.
Hmm.
And basically it's looking at what the Underground Railroad represented was people who believed that they should follow what God teaches them
Hmm.
and seriously know that slavery was wrong, and nobody should be owned by someone else,
Exactly.
and that they should do what they can do to help their community and help other people get their freedom. we still got a lot of things to help people overcome
We do.
now, and to get people to put their love in actions. It's
Yes.
it's not
Yes.
it's not just praying, but actually praying and doing something along with it, right?
Right. Carol, may I please say something about the book?
Yes.
I had never read the entire story about Harriet Tubman. You know, you grow up and I knew about Harriet Tubman, but you just hear about it.
Right.
I will tell you that that was one of the best books that I had ever read. Oh my
Thank
God. Really, it was the young lady I was telling you about that's, getting up, speaking and stuff now. I even shared it with her. She's a
Mm-hmm.
Caucasian young lady.
Uh-huh.
And her mind was really opened. She did not know any of this either. But what made me so excited about Harriet Tubman was she was not only strong, she was resourceful, she was about helping people, and she was faithful. She knew God in her own way. She knew who God was. And
Oh yes.
I just kind of identified with her a little bit. I did. I love her. I
Yes.
do. Oh,
Yes.
she was amazing. And the best part about that book to me, and I'm an oddball, I know, was when that gentleman wanted to turn around and go back, and Harriet had her gun, and she was gonna shoot him because she said they would beat him out of it where they were, and I know she was right. But I just thoroughly enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. That is a wonderful, wonderful book.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, people don't, and that's what got me interested in Harriet. I
Mhm,
saw
mhm,
the movie with Cicely Tyson,
mhm.
1999,
1999. I
1998.
remember that, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah. And I was getting ready for Black History Month at the VA. And so I was in charge of that. I said, I'll do something on Harriet. I saw that movie and it was a story in there that just sparked my interest that I had never heard before. There's a lot of
Mhm,
things in there, but it was when she was talking at a meeting and they were talking about what to do with all these slaves. Send them back to Africa. So that was actually, there was a movement to send black people back to Africa at the end of slavery. And Harry had to say something about that.
I
So she came
think
up,
I remember that.
yeah, she had to let them know that we're not going nowhere. We were born here. We built these buildings and these roads, and we took care of your kids,
We
babies, and our
did.
babies, and we aren't going nowhere.
Nowhere.
And I said,
Nowhere.
I
There
need
you
that
go.
story.
Yeah, and then one other thing too, Carol. I was educated on the fact that I did not know there were so many Caucasian people helping. That made me feel good too. It
Yeah,
really did. I
right.
thought the Underground Railroad was just mostly black people helping black people, but
Mm-hmm.
it made me feel so good that there's just good in every race, every race.
Exactly. And that's why I'm calling on every race to get involved with the new Underground Railroad. We need to come together.
Yeah, we do.
We got to
It's time.
unify. We all serve one God. So
It's
in my
time.
new book, one of my new book, the first part of the book, I compare all these different religion groups. And if you take away all the little traditions and things, they believe in one God. They believe in love. They believe in community. They believe in forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And these things, all I can teach with Harriet Tubman in her book, in the book of Harriet Tubman and her stories. So she was a remarkable person
It
to
was.
use to teach these concepts. And yeah, she's
I
become a
love her. I
part
do.
of me.
I
Yeah.
do. I love her spirit. I do.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. What else would you like to share with us today?
Um, I
What's ideas you have coming up that you're working towards?
you know what? I am forever doing something. Right now, I'm already thinking about Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have this embroidery machine, and here's what I plan to do. And I do something like this every year. I have this little design. It's a sweater, actually. It's a little small sweater,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called In the Hoop, and you make it on your embroidery machine. And in the back pocket, you put a pocket on the back of it, all on the machine, and you can put a gift card back there, a pair of earrings, whatever you want to put. You put it in that little pocket, and then slide it in an envelope, and you give it. So I'm working on those just to give out to people that I have not talked to at chapel. So when they come in, because I do the welcome table as well. When they come in, I would just hand it to them just to make their day. So that's what I'm working on.
Let's see, describe it again. You say it's a sweater
It's a sweater, yes.
and you put
And
a
you know what?
pocket on the back.
I do not have one because I took my mother. I just got back from vacation in Georgia. I took her 10 so that she can do that. So I don't
Oh,
have not one Carol.
okay. Well, that's nice. You got
I
work to
will get
do.
you one though. Yeah. I
You
need to
got
make
work to
some.
you got work to do then
I
before
do, but
Christmas.
it's enjoyable work.
That's
It
beautiful.
really is. Yes.
Yeah. You use your hands and at the same time
Yes. And
uh, you're serving people.
yeah, you use it to bless people with. Yeah.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Don't you
Beautiful.
just love it when they're not expecting anything?
Yeah, I like
They can be
surprise
having the
people.
worst day of their life, and somebody hands them a card or something. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like that.
That's love in action
That's
again,
love
you
in
know.
action.
That's just, people appreciate other people noticing them or
They
saying
do.
something kind. Uh, yeah, a gift card, $10 gift card, that's exciting. I don't care if people say, money doesn't go as far as it used to. If
It
somebody
doesn't have to.
out of their heart will give you a little something that you didn't expect. That's beautiful.
A Starbucks card, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice. Very
that's
nice.
what I'm about. That,
That's
yeah.
beautiful. And how can people support you with that?
Well, as I said, I really don't look for support. I don't. I just do it, and I think that God will draw them if it's meant to be,
Mm-hmm.
and He will.
Yes.
It's just like if you are a giver, people will give to you. If
Right.
you're not a giver, you won't get anything. I'm telling you, this is true. So this morning, a friend of mine, she texted me this morning. I told her I wasn't feeling well. Anyways, she says, I'm coming by. I'm coming by. This is what she did, Miss Carol. She brought 2 large jugs of orange juice, 8 cans of chicken noodle soup,
Hmm.
uh, Halls, throat lozenges, and just brought them by here. So see, it comes back to you. When
Yes, it
you
does.
see there, look at that.
Yes.
I said,
Yes,
"Oh
it does.
my God!
And you're not feeling that well, and that was perfect, wasn't it?
Look at that! Look at that! See, so
Yes, yes,
God will send them. He
yes,
will. Yeah,
yes,
it
you
comes
will.
back to you. It really does. Yes.
Yes. What you were saying, I was looking for, I was just thinking you had said something about giving, and I was trying to think where I was reading today, this morning, on my own meditation. It was
Uh
on
huh.
the importance of giving
She'll
and how
forgive you.
things come back to you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, giving is important part of being blessed.
It's
When we
more
bless
blessed to
others,
give than
yeah,
receive.
right.
Yes,
Beautiful.
it is.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, Janice, this has been wonderful. I appreciate your time, and we've been talking about this for a while. We finally got your interview, and
Okay.
you're an excellent person to talk about volunteerism and how it enriches your own life. And Harriet, just to talk about Harriet a little bit, her volunteerism was going back on the Underground Railroad, but
She
also in
did.
the military, where she was a scout, a nurse,
Look at
and
her.
yeah, and a spy. And
Yes,
she spent her time helping other people. She taught the women who were newly freed how to bake
she
and
did. How to
sew,
make a living. How to make a
how to make
living.
a living, sew the army uniforms of the army soldiers and to wash the soldiers' uniforms, and they were making money
They were
for the
making
first
money
time
for
in their
themselves.
lives. And
Right.
that's incredible story that
It
people
was
don't know
incredible.
about her.
And then too, Carol, remember her spirit too. When they didn't have any food, when she went out, she knew she was going to come back with food.
Hmm.
Look at her face
Yes,
through all that she went through and was going through.
yes,
She had amazing faith.
right. She did have amazing faith.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that she's one that will continue to teach about?
I respect her even more. So I do. I really
Great.
do.
Great. Thank
Yes.
you. I'm glad that. Glad to hear.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
And then
thank
I
you.
can't wait to read your book that you were just talking about.
Yeah,
Can't wait to read
I'm
that one.
trying to get it out this next month. So
Okay.
you'll hear more about it. And I wanted to come around to the churches and the communities and share this thought from the book because it takes all of us to get involved in this the way the world is right now and things
Oh
going
my
on,
God.
and every day you hear some tragedy and so much sadness that we can make a change if we just work together with love, right? Love is
Imagine
an unstoppable energy.
if everybody did that. What would this world be like? Oh my goodness.
Exactly. Exactly. It would be heaven on earth. So thank you so much for being
You're
here.
very welcome.
Yes, and we'll be
Very welcome.
connecting in the community as always.
All righty. Thank you, Carol.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too. This is my sister Joyce A. Barnes. And Joyce is, I'm showing you now, the next few speakers are, all of us have been, especially what Camille just said, but programs that represent what the new Underground Railroad is and what you're going to be seeing more and more of showing up in this way to share how we connect with each other.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Carol, you are my inspiration. So before I launch into my 5 minutes, I just want to thank you for being my big sister and just for persevering and being a great model for me as I step out into this next venture in my life. My organization, my nonprofit is called and I apologize, I just got my voice back, so I'm still hoarse. It's called the Economic Emancipation Monetary Fund. And the Economic Emancipation Monetary Fund exists to close the racial wealth gap and to help African American families build generational wealth. For $1 a month, they can access free lifelong financial literacy education programs, which are the foundation for financial freedom. But we know that wealth is not only money, it's also cultural. So the EEMF also invests in preserving family histories and legacies so that we can pass down our stories along with our assets. This is how it works. In the last census, over 10 million self identified African American households were counted. If each household invests $1 per month, every month we can build an endowment fund that will grow by $10 million every month, $120 million every year, and $600 million in 5 years. And the income from that endowment will fund education, wealth management, and cultural preservation for generations into perpetuity. So I am launching an Indiegogo campaign to get this fund to build the infrastructure actually for the fund. I'd like to just show you the Indiegogo page.
Here it is.
Yeah. So I'm still building the page, but I want to, so I have a couple of things up. Plan to launch on Black Friday. I want to redefine Black Friday as a day where instead of going out and buying another TV or some Nike shoes, we can make a pledge of $1 a month, $12 or more to help us start our website and start our marketing campaign so that we can launch the EEMF on Juneteenth, 2026. This campaign once it launches. And I'm just hoping to get people to come and check it out. And if you feel that you want to support this effort, I hope that you will contribute to the campaign and become one of our foundational members. We have different membership levels. You can be a foundational member for $12. That's $1 a month. I believe that most African, if not all African American households can afford $1 a month. But If you want to sponsor other households, you can increase your contribution to the campaign and become a sponsor. And then we have other levels as well with increasing amounts and some nice incentives for people who may want to become part of the EEMF. So thank you everyone for listening to me, and thank you, Carol, for including me in the book.
Hey, have you heard about my program Tea with Gigi? TEA stands for Tell, Express, and Affirm. And Gigi is grandmothers and their girls. So this is for all of us beautiful women and girls to gather and have some fun. It's virtual, so you could be anywhere. You need to register so you can get your beautiful gift box in time for the Tea with Gigi, which is on December 13th. So look for the information below. Get your registration in because you don't want to miss out with Tea with Gigi.